You're now tuned into pSyk's weekly Nerf dosage.
Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to episode 145 of Pwned. I have my camera a little bit further away in this episode because I am featuring this beauty, the JSPB Pro V2. Just a little backstory, this is a self-assembled blaster. You guys already saw that I previously made the JSPB Pro version 1. I enjoyed that build so much I actually bought 2 in the end, and I just went ahead and built the second one. Now during the second half of this year, I think about the second half of this year, JSPB started to promote the JSPB 2 or started to put sneak pictures of the JSPB Pro V2 up on their Facebook page, and I was really stoked since then. So there were quite a lot of questions about this blaster, like looking at this dual pump system and stuff like that. And I will address all of this later on. But in the meantime, I want to show you guys a quick unboxing, and I want to just let you know that halfway through the build, I was so impressed with it that I actually made a second short clip sharing some stuff with you guys, so please check that out first. Hey guys, the reason why I have it at this angle is because this box is just really massive. It's really huge, check it out. Okay, compared to my arm, it's a big box, and I was not expecting this from the JSPB Pro V2. But here it is, and I'm gonna give you guys a really quick unboxing. By the way, you guys like my spinners in the corner? I made holsters for them, but I digress. So I'm gonna just open it up and let's check out the contents. Let's just see what it has. Whoa, that's jam-packed with a lot of stuff. Alright, so this thing that I actually can see that you guys can't off camera, I'm gonna have to tilt my camera a little bit so that you guys can see. It is a packing list, so you guys can see all the parts that are actually in this box is listed there, and that is something that Ezlin and the JSPB team have always done very well. They document every single part that is supposed to be in your kit, and that is just amazing. So I will be referring to that while I just remove the stuff from here and show it to you guys. It comes with 10 darts, and these look like vinyl tip darts, but they are holes present in it. So yeah, they're just elite length darts, and I believe this is the instruction manual. Yep, that's right. So because they all include, or they all come with, I should say, an included instruction manual, I will not be doing an installation video because the instructions on this are really simple. It's not just in Mandarin, don't worry, they actually have it in English, and it's very simple. You can even install it even without words, just looking at the diagrams. It really is that simple, going by the fact that I've done the installation of the JSPB one without any problem at all. It also tells you the tools that you need on that packing list over there. Next up, we have some stickers. I chose for red, and I went for grey parts, as you guys can see. A little bit of purple here and there, and some orange, of course. Let's get to that in a bit. Let's check this out. What is this? It's bubble wrapped. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, okay. Wow, this is chrome sticker. Look at that. That's amazing. Chrome sticker and red sticker as well, and I believe that these are kind of like decal vinyl stickers, so this is amazing. I love the fact that it is wrapped up in bubble wrap. That's something that I did not expect, but this is just very well put together, very well packed, so I'm gonna just leave it there. Next, we actually have a set of PVC pipes, and it's all wrapped up very nicely, and it's an assortment of different sizes. And you guys can hear it shaking because some of the pipes are actually sleeved inside. Also on the pipes pack, they actually state what actually is in here. So the pipes pack over there, these are all the different lengths of pipes, which is really cool. Okay, we have this pack, which is the breech block pack. There are actually two versions of the JSPB Pro V2. One is a Pro V2 version, one is a Pro V2 Lite version. Now the Lite version is slightly different, not long one, it's a pretty short piece over here. So I opted for the standard JSPB Pro V2 version, and I opted for grey and red. So this is what I got on the pack, and it's they have this little checkered sticker as well that you can use as a decal. Moving on, this is the barrel pack, and you guys can see there's the strings as well. So this time, yes, it is a rifled system, but it's not just 4 strings this time. I believe it's 6. If I'm not wrong, I'll have to get back to you guys on that, but I think that's an improvement. It's 6. Maybe you could count the number of slots on this thing. Could I? No, I gotta get that orange piece out over there because you can see the slots in it. This, my friends, is the core pack. So the core pack is already kind of fitted in place. As you guys can see, the front two pieces are already kind of wrapped up together. They're not installed, just wrapped together with, I believe, something like saran wrap or some kind of a plastic wrap, and also protected very well, because if you guys remember, some customers actually made a remark saying that certain parts of the JSPB 1 kit arrived broken. So this is their way of making sure that the most fragile parts are protected, and that is very, very wonderful. So this is the core pack. Then we have this, which is the pipe fittings pack. Different pipe fittings are all here. Then we have this, which is your valve pack. So these with the little, springs, and this guy over here, these will all be your valves. And that's amazing because look at these. These are a huge improvement from what the old one used to be, where it used to be just a bunch of little like marbles or plastic balls. So this is amazing. And then we have this, which is your trigger pack. So you can see a long straw-like stick as well as a trigger return spring. And you have the trigger pieces and some, I believe, what is to be, I don't know what this is, just another black piece, I don't know. It's another printed piece, but I will find out when I'm performing the installation. Then we have an O-rings pack. So you can see all these different O-rings, even a very, very small one. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. It's hiding behind. It's right there. Check it out. Yep, a little mini O-ring. Then we have this thing, which is your tool. So it actually provides some tools, which is amazing. These two-part epoxy even come with a little spade, that piece. I forgot what it's called, just slipping my mind right now. Lubricant. I don't know what this piece is, but we'll find out. Then we have Teflon tape. Really cool. Very, very nicely thought out. Very nicely packed. We have a screws pack that includes all the screws you need. Look, it's even separated. Like the one single screw that is the smallest one is separated on top. And they actually used a heat press to kind of block it off. And then we have two medium-sized screws and the rest of the long ones are over here. So that's very, very, very well thought out. And finally, we have the pump pack. So these will constitute the pump section of the whole entire blaster. So once again, let's run through the parts. This pipe pack, pipe fittings pack, barrel pack, ammo pack, pump pack, core pack, breech block pack for my Pro. If you order a Pro 2 Lite, then it'll be this one. Then a valves pack, a screw pack, O-ring pack, a trigger pack, and tools. For the O-rings pack, as well as the screws pack, it's listed with the exact number. Alright, and all these different measurements for the pipes are all stated. So that's absolutely amazing, and I love the fact that it's all packed according to what is listed over there. So really good job. Good job, Ezlin or Zilin. I don't know, but easy, really. I don't even know what else to say. So more than 2 thumbs up for you. It's amazing, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and install it because I had so much fun installing the previous JSPB. I know I'm gonna have a lot more fun installing the JSPB Pro 2. So I will catch you guys once I'm done with the installation. Peace! Hey guys, you can see that I'm actually midway through the build, and I have been actually working on this JSPB Pro 2 for like about half an hour each night for the past few nights. And I gotta say that it's turning out to be a very, very fun build, and it's a very good way to just for me to unwind every night, not having to focus on just trying to fix the blaster really quick. I'm actually really enjoying the build process. Trigger system works, and it's a very beautiful trigger system, and the quality and everything is just amazing, and it's like putting Lego together. But the main star of this thing, and I really have to mention this, is the instruction manual. Now I didn't mention this earlier to you guys because I just went through the unboxing, but I want to give a big shout out to the JSPB team, especially Ziling or Ziling. Dude, the amount of testing, research, effort put into the product, not just the product but also the instruction manual, is out of this world. Look at this, guys. It's a self-assembled OPRV system. He actually has an OPRV system in this JSPB 2, and he even teaches you how far to install the screw and telling you what is dangerous and what is not. Now, what else is there that I want to share with you guys is there's a little segment over here, okay, that he talks about the rifling, and this to me is very, very amazing as well. Now, over here, you have the parts that you need to, go ahead and do the rifling process. Included in this kit is also a 3D printed needle, so it'll help you thread the string through the barrel. That's amazing itself. But check this out. Installation doesn't require you to use glue anymore, and this is just amazing. Look at the diagram setup. It's a 6-string rifling system or barreling system, and he gives you a diagram on
how the outside and the inside should line up if you want to go for more accuracy or more power. So the more steep or more drastic the angle is, you're going to get a little bit more accuracy because it'll spin the darts a bit more, but less means that you actually have less friction, so your dart flies further. And to top everything off, right, this one is just like, I don't know what to say, like he actually gives you troubleshooting stuff. Like he tells you FAQ, what if you face a situation where there's like an air leak on the front, or if like your dart doesn't really perform very well, or if you're experiencing double firing, or if like, you know, it's off target or it's spiraling out of, you know, a straight line. Then he actually gives you these symbols, the card symbols, and then you just look at the symbols and then you can troubleshoot it yourself. So it's actually really amazing, and I was so impressed with this installation manual. I really just had to give it a segment on its own and say this, my god, this is just really effort and detail on the next level. Very good job to the JSPB team. Very, very good job. Now I'm gonna go ahead and complete up the rest of this blaster. As you can see, the main parts are completed. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it up because it's a really, really, really fun build so far. And yes, I managed to get some carbon fiber decal on the inside. Hehe.
Welcome back. As you guys can see, this JSPB is a grey and red version, JSPB Pro 2. Sorry, I'm just gonna call it JSPB for short. Okay, unless I'm referencing something else. Now on the JSPB Pro website, they actually offer two main colors, which is yellow and purple. But I actually contacted Ezlin or Zilin. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. 非常抱歉，到现在呢，我还是不大清楚怎么称呼你。I just contacted him and he said that, oh, you know, I could actually just request for custom colors. So he gave me a list of different color combinations. I don't think it was really considered purely custom because I couldn't choose like, oh, I want this in black and this in yellow and this in purple. But out of the list, I actually picked a grey based one with some red accents on it. So this grip part over here, the trigger itself, and the end cap over here is printed in red filament, and the rest are all in grey filament, and he actually included grey pipes along with it. This part over here and this part over here, the connector parts are printed in black, and this is just a decal that I used, carbon fiber decal, along with this one over here, which is this little part. Just this stuff is carbon fiber decal. He also provided, as you guys saw in the unboxing, some red vinyl stickers that I only use for this part. Now this over here is just a little texture that I decided to go for. This is wax leather, so I got some wax leather string and then I just wrapped it all the way around. I think that looks pretty darn sweet. Now for the furniture over here, what I got was my originally pink G&G Armaments, indexing clips, and then I just dyed them. So I went through the whole dyeing process and I dyed it red, scarlet red. I used scarlet red Dylan, or is it Dyson? Dylan? Yeah, I think it was Dylan fabric dyes, and the color came out perfectly beautiful. It's a very, very full red color, and I did not regret doing this at all. But yeah, these were my leftovers. The others are still remaining as pink in color, the ones that I used for the Yokio kit. But here we have red. It's beautiful in my opinion. And whenever he sells it overseas, Ezlin includes orange tips, so that's pretty damn safe. Now, in my opinion, this was a very, very, very fun build. I spent about 30 minutes to an hour on average for about a week. So every day, I would come home from work feeling tired and worn out. And when I finally got down to actually building it for the day, it really brought back like the old feeling of, how I used to build Gundam model kits. It's just an activity that completely gets my mind off all the stress and worries of the day itself and just immerse in this, and it was a really fun build. On top of just building it alone, I was trying to understand the system itself, and I have to say this guy is really quite a genius. The amount of effort and research gone into this blaster, as well as the instruction manual itself, is already really worth the money. Now, I can't remember how much I paid for it, about 170 Sing dollars I think, which should translate to about 150 US odd, I think so. I might be wrong, so please forgive me. Now, I'm gonna just tell you guys the difference between the Pro 2 and the Pro 2 Lite. Now, the Pro 2 actually has this area over here, which is an extended clip area. So the Pro 2 holds up to 6 full-length darts, which translates to about 12 Stefan length darts. But the Lite version is almost flush here, which is about 4 full-length darts or 8 Stefan length darts. Now, on hindsight, I kind of wish I ordered the Lite version, because this part over here means that you have to have this on top of your shoulder. So when you were to shoulder your blaster, it has to be like this. You get what I mean? So not everyone is gonna be very comfortable with this, or not everyone's gonna be pretty used to this. Like for me, I'm actually used to being able to just run and gun and then just wherever it's comfortable, I'll just have it up, and I don't even have to, look down the sights at all. It's not my style of gameplay, or it's not my style of play, I should say. But for this particular blaster, you have to have it up here. So when you line up, your sights, you're gonna be looking straight down the sights this way. So cheek rest and everything all built in. And I guess this is actually good. It's kind of nice, but it's not really my style. So I kind of wish I had a light version instead. But it really depends on what you personally are going for. Are you going for more ammo storage or not? Like, I don't mind having a little bit less ammunition storage. I just want to be able to be a bit more comfortable. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is this dual pump system. Now, initially when I saw sneak videos of this guy, yes, JSPB actually put up a sneak video some time back. They actually had a video of someone having the blaster pointed up. Now, in an RSCB system, in between shots, you're going to have to dip it down so that you let the dart move to the chambering area. But that person had it pointed up, pumped it twice, fired off one dart, did not dip, pumped it twice and fired it up again. And I was like, wait, so you could fire darts out of this blaster without even dipping down? And that also led me to think that maybe it's a dual pump thing. So 2 pumps will fill up the whole tank. But after building it, I would like to say that no, it's just a single pump shaft that leads to the air tank itself. And the amount of air that goes into the tank has been improved from the JSPB 1. But the Pro 2 actually features a second shaft. And what this shaft does is when you pump air, you're also pumping air up this tube to this part over here to the back of your RSCB. So what happens is, at the same time as you're pumping the tank, you're pumping air this way, so you're pushing darts forward into the chambering area. And that's why in the JSPB 1, you actually had the little side piece where you have the metal steel ball. Whenever you shake, you would hear the clicking sound. That's to tell you when you're actually reloading your dart. You gotta listen to the sound. But for this, you don't have that, and that's because of this genius system over here. It's always constantly providing air, pushing darts towards the front while you pump up the tank, and that is a pretty damn genius idea. Now, the same idea, I guess, in a different iteration would be, for example, out of darts Hurricane mod for the rival Zeus, where it's a fan system where you're actually constantly blowing darts down the barrel or the whole hopper system. So this is kind of like that, but it's a really, really practical use, and in my opinion, really genius. So good job JSPB team. Now I love this whole thing, the trigger setup, the way it's made, the pumps, the way they're made. He even has an OPRV system, which he actually teaches in the instruction manual how you want to set your OPRV up. They also provide an instruction on setting up the SCAR barrel. Now I'm not going to call it SCAR barrel because in my opinion, 3DBBQ, who is Ezlin, who is the guy behind JSPB, was the first person that actually started rifling barrels so that you could induce a spin onto darts. And in this particular system, he has improved it even more. Not just by using more strings and not just by simplifying the whole process, making it easy to install. Now, no glue was involved in the whole rifling barrel over here. In the JSPB 1, you had to actually glue the strings down, but in the JSPB Pro 2, you don't have to use any glue whatsoever, and that's just amazing. Now, on top of that, he actually provides a guide on how much to twist your string, how much of an angle you want your strings to be in order to induce a certain amount of spin or less spin. Now, if you want to go for more accuracy or if you want to go for more range, because we all know the more spin you have, the more accurate it'll be, but the less range you actually get. So for me, I went for a little bit more accuracy than range, and it's really, really up to you. So to top it off, he actually provides also troubleshooting. So if you're having some issues with the firing, you can easily just troubleshoot it, and you can just remove this outer shroud over here. This is an outer shroud. There is an actual inner barrel over here. Just undo the screw and pull this whole thing out. So the whole blaster itself, not only is it easy to build, it's very straightforward honestly, but it is also very easy to troubleshoot and very easy to maintain. Now, before I show you guys a firing demonstration, I want to talk to you guys about some of the issues I faced when building this blaster. Number one, he actually provides you sandpaper. Now please use the sandpaper. You really want to just lightly sand off the ends of every single pipe that he is provided in there. Now that's because sometimes when you cut a pipe the ends are kind of like flanged outwards a little bit. It's almost, invisible to the naked eye, but when you're actually trying to fit in parts, you might damage certain things or the tolerances aren't very good. So make sure that you sand off all the edges of your pipes, be it on the outside or inside. Just make sure that you ream it all out and make sure every edge is smooth. That will really, really help you out with installation. Number 2, I went ahead and I used goop instead of using his provided epoxy. It's really entirely up to you. There were certain parts where I actually used the epoxy instead, especially this part over here. This was the most difficult part to make. Now in this section sits one of the valves, and that valve has to go into another pipe. So you have to make sure that everything fits nicely. This was the most difficult part. So when he writes in his instruction manual for you to apply pressure and push it down all the way, make sure that it goes down all the way. Now another way to double check if you have everything lined up is to look at the back page where he actually tells you how much of a length for you to cut out for the vinyl stickers. This, I think he mentioned, was 19.1 centimeters. Make sure that you check that it's 19.1. Anything more would mean that you're going to have a leak somewhere. Now the next thing also was the trigger setup. Now you're going to have to test how far away you want the trigger to be. There is an adjustable, I would say a straw, like a thin rod. There's an adjustable rod that you can adjust with this screw over here that you guys can see. Now this is going to need some tweaking. So what I did was basically just put everything together without the O-ring on the inside, and I would pull the trigger to test if it was engaging, or I should say disengaging the valve. So there are some things that you have to take note of. It's not gonna be a breeze, but that was honestly, in my opinion, one of the most fun parts of this build, where I could actually find out issues of my build and troubleshoot it. And right now, I feel like I really own this blaster because of the time I took to troubleshoot everything, the time I took to go dye this, furniture, put it on, the time I took to go cut the vinyl decals and to wrap this thing over here and everything. This is like, it really feels like it belongs to me, you know what I mean? So that was really, some of the good and bad or the difficulties that I faced. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick firing demonstration now. Very simple. Just open up the end door over here, or the dart door over here, and I'm gonna fire off first 6 streamline darts. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's sitting almost all the way at the back now. So just simply close this up, and I'm gonna be pumping it up about 4 pumps in between each shot. And you guys will notice that I'm not gonna dip my blaster at all, and you'll see all darts firing with no problem, okay? So here we go. Oh, sorry, that was a double shot. Okay, so 2 double shots, and that's my fault because these darts that I'm using are not as thick as the darts that he provides. So I have to actually kind of tighten the strings at the front in order for me to make sure that it's a good fit. And that's very simple. Just unscrew this and then just tighten it at the front. Yep, as you can see, all darts are out. I actually had 2 cases of double feeding and then finally single shot. So now I'm gonna fire off a few step-ons for you guys. I got this silicone tip dart, but I think that these are gonna be a bit too narrow. The pink ones are gonna be good, so I'll keep the pink ones for the last, okay? I got another one over here. I got this one, I think this was an artifact one. Another artifact one, 4. And then we have the pink slugs, so 5 and 6. So same thing, I'm gonna be firing off all these darts using 4 pumps each without dipping the blaster at all. So here we go. That was a double? I don't know. Whoa, that was a double. Yep. Okay, here we go. Now it should be the pink dart. Oh, it broke. Okay, there we go. So all 6 step-ons out, as you can hear. No resistance and no more darts in here. Now I'm gonna give you guys a final firing demonstration, which is me pointing the blaster tilted upwards instead. I'm gonna load it with 3 full-length darts, and you can see I'm still using the rainbow nipple tip darts, so they are a bit more narrow, but let's see how this fares, okay? So 3 darts in total. I'm just gonna be fair and start it this way, imagining that it's a full clip. Then I'm gonna be pointing upwards at an angle of about 45 degrees. Oh, this is less. This is about 30 degrees or 40 degrees odd. And I'm gonna stay at this angle. So let me get a bit comfortable so I don't move too much. And let's see how this goes. Alright, here we go. 4 pumps in between each shot. And let's see how much of this air will actually push the darts upwards. Let's go. As you can see, all 3 came out. No problem whatsoever. And it's just amazing. Now I think that it's because he actually went to calculate the inner diameter of this barrel or the whole clip area versus the amount of air that was pushing and the resistance that it would create, as well as having the air pushing up the darts chamber to the front. So honestly though, this is a pretty damn genius blaster. To the JSPB team, you guys have really outdone yourselves, and I tip my hat to you guys. Y'all did a wonderful job, and this is an amazing blaster. Alright guys, we come to the end of the video. Thanks so much for sticking all the way throughout. If you liked this episode, I hope you guys give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you guys consider subscribing because it would help me out a lot. Oh hey guys, I got a question for you. What do you think of this t-shirt that I'm wearing? You guys like it? You guys don't? What do you think of the term beats and blasters? It's because, my own hobbies, I really love music. I enjoy DJing, I enjoy producing music, and I also love Nerf so much, so I decided to make a t-shirt that says beats and blasters. Tell me what you guys think, and if I were to put this t-shirt on sale, would you guys be interested in copying one for yourself? Just let me know. I would like to hear your opinions on that. Alright guys, that's about it for this episode. Of course, I will put links in the video description about this blaster, the JSPB Pro 2. And you can actually choose the light or the standard version. It's really entirely up to you. I don't know if he has any more for sale because I know that he makes them in batches. The first batch was about, I think, 30 blasters or so. So just go check him out, and if you have any questions, feel free to just contact him. He is on Facebook. It's JSPB in some Chinese words. I'll also add that link in the description so you guys can go check it out. Alright, so till the next episode guys, drills pay the bills and teamwork makes the dream work. Peace!